Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're not going to be talking about reef tanks or 3D printers. I'm actually going to show you guys the fights that I had over this past weekend at my very first Brazilian Jiu Jitsu tournament in Fredericksburg, Maryland. So a little bit of info while we're down here, and then we'll go upstairs and I'll kind of just do a voiceover and go through the fights one by one. So so this was the Masters class. Basically anybody older than 30 years old, and I think there's a cutoff at some point, but either way, I double checked. All my opponents were between the age of 31 and 35, and it was the 187 pounds to 210 pound range. And yeah, I think I did pretty well for my very first competition. I went 5-0 with 5 submissions and took home the gold. I know I mentioned in a previous video that I was going to do it at some point because I've been working really hard for it, and I wanted to, it was a goal of mine that I really wanted to accomplish, and thankfully I did over the past weekend. So with that said, let's go ahead and move up to the bedroom / office, and let's go ahead and start this kind of run through. All right. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. This is my very first match, and the camera started probably 5 seconds later. Shout out to Rob for messing that up. No, I'm just playing, buddy. But either way, let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to turn the volume down, so I'm not really going to be able to hear too much of what's going on in there, just for the sake of being able to talk over this, and then hopefully I will adjust the volume later on. So, yeah, first match here. This guy's pretty much the only one that was around my own size. I did weigh in that day at 204 pounds. Again, the cutoff is 210, technically 211. And yeah, so basically my first match, I won't lie, it wasn't the best for me. Definitely made some mistakes that I usually don't make when kind of rolling in general, but I was really nervous because I didn't know this guy from a hole in a wall. I didn't know what his game plan was. I mean, I've never met him. I don't even know his name. I guess I could look at the bracket, but yeah, I just was pretty nervous. Lots of adrenaline, lots of anxiety. But yeah, just kind of was focused on my usual, which is a collar sleeve type of grip with a trip or a sotogari or an ankle pick type of takedown. And that's usually what I go for, at least for now. I am kind of transitioning over to pulling guard and some snap downs and stuff like that. But most of the time I go ahead and do a sotogari. But here he went for a guard pull, got caught up in that, and then flipped me over, and I was able to re-guard pretty quick. I did attempt to grab the arm here, just try to get some kind of arm lock or something while he's here. I am up pretty high, but I will admit I'm not the best at triangles. I feel like my legs are too short, but I haven't really drilled them as much as I should. But here I'm just trying to make things uncomfortable. I did open up my guard. I do feel pretty comfortable with an open guard type of situation with my legs on their hips. But yeah, I mean, this is a big guy. He weighs quite a bit. I could feel the pressure. So right now, believe it or not, I'm technically in the dominant position. I don't know why he tried to pick me up there, but it's okay. I mean, he's just tiring himself out. But yeah, my goal here is to pass or submit, and I am opening up my guard in time, times to try to help with that sweep. But yeah, so anyways, opened up the guard there. He did end up passing, and it looks like he's going for a choke here. I don't really feel anything. It's just kind of uncomfortable. I'm waiting to see what he does, to see what side he takes me to for the guillotine. But he actually didn't take me to any side. He's just kind of folded me over there and just put my head underneath his tits. But yeah, I mean, it's uncomfortable, but I'm definitely not going to tap by it. Was able to get my head out, just kind of took a couple deep breaths, relaxed, pull my head out, and now I'm just kind of irritated at this point. Just because I'm just frustrated. I mean, it is what it is. First competition, things are not going, first match, things are not going the way I want exactly. But yeah, so I'm kind of going for, I know technically you're not really supposed to choke from closed guard top, but right now I'm looking for a punch choke just to kind of open up his guard. Now he does open up his guard temporarily. I should have passed right there, but I didn't because I was, I don't have an excuse. I don't know. I really wasn't paying attention. But yeah, I'm just kind of, at this point, I'm like, I know I can't get the choke, but if I can at least scare him a little bit, or at least put some pressure on him, make things uncomfortable, maybe he'll open up his guard again. Realistically, I should sit back and, try to jackhammer and open up the guard, which I think I do later on in this match. But yeah, so right now I'm just kind of putting some pressure in his neck, twisting that stuff around, just kind of, I mean, I don't know, I wouldn't say being a jerk, but yeah, just kind of making things uncomfortable in hopes that I can get his guard open again. Right there, it opened up. I should have felt that. It should have passed. Right now, I'm just kind of sitting back, again, putting some pressure on his legs, trying to open up that guard. And the point is, once I get the guard open, I can move to a more dominant position and attack. So which I'm doing here, which I did. I'm going to transition over to knee on belly, which is one of my go-to spots here. I set up a lot of chokes. But adding the pressure, he decides to kind of go for kind of gets me off balance. I believe he does. Yeah, it gets a little bit off balance there. And then I kind of go a north-south to switching over to a rear naked choke and get the tap. That's kind of my thing. I usually do a little bit of a... There we go. Got the win on that one. But that's usually my go-to when it comes to kind of spinning around. I'll go like a north-south or like a tabletop. I don't know what the terminology is for it. But yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to round 2. Now, this one is technically one of my better matches, just because I kind of do a little bit more than I did in the first one. I'm a little bit more calm. I'm making better decisions. This guy is obviously bigger than me. They just get bigger from here, by the way. They don't get any smaller. The first one was the smallest one. Excuse the chair. But yeah, so get my usual collar sleeve grip. We're kind of close to the wall, so I think the ref is just kind of waiting for there. Oop, went for a loop choke. Did not land it, but it was there, and I figured I'd give it a shot. But yeah, loop choke, didn't get it. But yeah, just kind of doing the usual collar sleeve, waiting for an opportunity to get a hook or something on that leg. The leg that I have his sleeve is usually what I go for when it comes to tripping, or the assoltagari or whatever. But that's usually my go-to leg. But if they end up pulling their collar or the other leg a little bit more forward, I can get an ankle pick. It just depends. So right now I'm just kind of feeling them out, and I'm gonna go for it here and get it. Boom. I think I go straight to skip side control. Shout out to Dreamer. He really helped me work on my side control over the past couple weeks. I feel pretty comfortable in side control, but it's definitely something I got to drill a little bit more. But anyways, we're too close to the edge, so we're going to move over, go to the middle, and kind of just restart from the original spot. And yeah, right there, he digs his elbow into me and gets started real quick. I'm like, okay. So anyways, I'm going to set up for the bread cutter. I do mess this up. I didn't block the hip the way I should. I actually went for the horse collar grip, didn't get it, so I was just still trying to finish it anyways. If I actually landed the horse collar grip correctly, he wouldn't be able to move his hips that way, at least not as far. But anyways, he's got his hips there. I'm not able to get it, but I'm still able to at least put my elbow to the mat. Come up to knee on belly, and this guy felt knee on belly here to the point where he just did anything to get out of it. And here we go, knee on belly. Going to north-south, didn't, and then swing back over and get my hooks in for the rear naked, just like the previous match, and get the tap for the win. So let's go to move on to round 3. I'm trying to make these as quick as possible, just because I know this could be a long video. So let's go move on to 3, and here we go, another giant. Everybody's taller than me. I'm 5'8", but 5'8" of awesomeness. No, I'm just playing. Yeah. Anyways, so here we go. This guy death grips me so hard. I could feel him shaking through his whole body. So I try to remember what the coaches say when when someone's death gripping you, to kind of relax. I mean, I told myself to do that, but it didn't happen. So yeah. So right now he's death gripping pretty hard. Grabbing onto me, I can feel it on the right arm there, but he doesn't have the most stable base. You can see he's moving a little bit, or actually moving quite a bit. Was able to do a little bit of a snap down to see how he would react to it. Right now I'm just kind of feeling him out to see what I want to go for. And to be honest with you, I don't even remember what I actually do to get him down. I think I do a trip, maybe, I don't know. I don't remember. We're about to find out. So, yeah, just kind of going through my usual. Sometimes I wonder why I still go for them, even though I know it's not there. I don't know if it's just maybe just an attempt to get him thinking about it. I don't know. Maybe I'll set that up in the future as hey, let me pretend to go for it when I know it's not there, and maybe I'll set up for something else. But yeah, so I'm not really sure what he's doing. I mean, I'm not really sure. But either way, I go for the Soltagari. I don't get it, but I still able to get the takedown and get the points for it. And I think we're going to reset here. Yep. Looks like we're going to reset. Go back to close guard top for me, close guard for bottom for him, in the middle. And yeah, so this time I don't think I'm going to go for any kind of extended arm stuff. Now, the reason why they don't recommend that you reach for chokes while you're at close guard top is because it's pretty easy to get set up for a triangle and get locked out there. But yeah, so I stay pretty close here. I end up trying to jackhammer the knee down break open his guard, and I do a pretty nasty knee cut here. I think I might have got his dick on this one. I'm pretty sure it was a really close knee cut, and he made a face. So yeah, his whole body made a face. But anyway, so I was able to get that knee cut there, go to north-south, maybe. I was trying to go for the usual. Yep, and then he trapped my arm, and then I don't know what happens here. I don't know. I think we scramble a little bit, and I get an ankle pick. I'm pretty sure. Yep, ankle pick. And then yep, kind of just shooting for position, trying to get some points here. He has the underhook, which gives him the dominant position where he can technically take my back. But I focus on that. I think, well, I'm just going to spin him and try to go for mount. I think I get points when I go to mount here. I don't remember. But yeah, try to go for mount. Mount is definitely a dominant position here, and I think I'm just going to do some pressure choke. Yeah, there we go. Yep, I just head pressure and get the choke there. And yeah, that's number, I don't know what this is, number something. Was that number 3? I think that was number 3. All right, so moving on to number 4 here. We got one more after this. Again, I think this guy was a teammate for the very first guy that I went against. I'm almost positive. But yeah, pretty nice guy. 4 strike there. I mean, he seemed pretty nice. I mean, I didn't talk to him. He seemed like a nice guy. But the last guy, I talked to him for a while. He's a super nice guy. If I knew how nice he was, I wouldn't have done what I did to him. But really nice guy. Yeah, super sweet dude. So anyways, go for the Soltagari. Got the trip there. I think it was, I don't know, did I get that? Yeah. Either way, going for knee on belly for points. I don't think I get him. I think he is able to shrimp out of that. So I decide to go to mount. Can't get mount. He tries to go deep half guard on me. So I decide to go to technical mount and go for a grip there for a choke. I try to do a version of the bow and arrow choke from half guard, which works out pretty well for me, but I probably wouldn't have landed anyways, being so close to the table. But anyways, he switches hips, trying to go another deep half guard. I'm gonna knee cut here and cross face at the same time, putting pressure on him, trying to get up there, and then try to take mount again for points. I think I scored the most points in the entire between all my fights here with this one, but it ended up ending with a submission anyways. But either way, I did pretty well on points. But yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what I'm trying to do. All right, north-south, and then we're going to reset. Again, we're too close to the table there holding the scoreboard screen. So, yeah, hopefully, am I still recording? I'm still recording. Anyways, I am not a commentary guy, but yeah, so here we go. So we're resetting as north-south. And yeah, I think I'm going to go for technical mount again because he rolls to his side. Technical mount or maybe mount. I don't know, one of the two. But definitely learned a lot watching these videos over again. Some things what I'm going to do and not do. I go for another Ezekiel choke there, not getting it. So he actually bumps me on the Ezekiel. That's one of the things when I do the pressure version of it that is they don't see it coming, or if they see it coming, they can bump me off. But yep, technical mount here, setting up for the choke again. But I think yeah, he takes it out there and moves my hand. It's hard to see here, but he's kind of rolling around. Got my arm caught. I think I go to mount. I think I push a knee down and go to mount here. Get more points, which is always good. And I think at this point I'm just waiting for the points, and then I'm almost positive. How much time we got left on this? Yep, we're getting close to the ending. But yeah, so right now I'm just putting his arms up, making things uncomfortable. I guess the purpose of this is just to, again, make things difficult, make it difficult for him to breathe, and then you can go for Americanas and stuff like that from there. You can go for different types of arm locks and stuff like that. But yeah, right now I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm just pressuring him down. I can't see because all I see is ass and balls. So I'm guessing I'm trying to choke him. I would assume that's what I'm doing from mount because that's technically what I like to do. Anyways, fun fact, this tattoo here, I did that while I was drunk one time by myself, just so you guys know. Fun fact there. Turned out pretty good. So anyways, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm choking him. I don't know. I think, crossface. Yeah, crossface. And then I think I roll him over and get the Ezekiel on him. Which, by the way, I don't really do the Ezekiel too often. I definitely don't do it in the gym. It's not a nice thing. Yeah, just look up Ezekiel choke. If I can do an overlay, I will. But anyways, got the choke and got the win. And we're moving on to the final match. Now, guys, for this final one, I have to give you a heads up. So towards the end, not only is this dude a giant, but towards the end, my reaction, all right, when this guy goes out, is purely of trying to help him. So don't judge me. Don't judge me, please. Because I kind of came back to reality when this dude went out, and I was like, oh. But anyways, super nice guy. And, yep. So we're gonna do an extra long handshake just because it's nerves right there. So this is the gold match. Right now we're tied. He's won on points on all his matches, and I've won submissions on all my matches. But yeah, I think I go for an ankle pick here, something like that, and then we get out of bounds and have to reset. It's actually the quickest match that I've had thus far. But again, man, super nice guy here. So yeah, we're gonna reset. The ref is like, "Didn't I tell you guys not to get out of line? Stay in the square." Sorry, I wasn't thinking about the square. And I'm gonna go for my collar sleeve again. I think he realized that he's not gonna be able to trip me, so that's why I think he tries to pull guard. Either way, he pulls guard. Super easy to pass. He didn't get his leg up on my hip. So I'm just circling around here, trying to pass that upper leg, doing some little crossface stuff there, a little bit of pressure, and then I'm going to pass his guard, or pass his, I think it's half guard at that point, and then I'm going to go to mount. And right now I'm about to sink in the Ezekiel choke, and this is a disgusting choke. And this is my weight with Ezekiel choke, and watch his hand. I mean, it's done. And he's out. He's out at that point. So I let go, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, you alive?" Shit. So yeah, he's out. He's coming back. I'm gonna sit down. I'm like, "Dude, is he all right? Is he okay?" He's back. I'm gonna go over and I don't know if this is a nice thing to do, but I'm gonna rub his head because that's what I do to my kids when they do shit and like hurt themselves. So I rub their heads. But anyways, yeah, he's back, man, and yeah, so that is it, guys. That is yeah, that's my competition. So I'm just kind of coming back into this. Yeah, so again, 5-0, my very first Brazilian Jiu Jitsu competition. Took home gold, and I'm actually looking to do another one in April or May. I haven't decided yet. I definitely want to get some more training on. I'm actually doing this type of training where I go in with a specific goal for every open mat. Now, of course, every week we are learning certain things and fundamentals. I am drilling those, but I am going in with my own stuff. Like this week, I'm working on pulling guard, and then I'm also working on baseball choke from half guard, and I'm also trying to do it from close guard bottom. So I have these little things that I work on top of what we are learning in class, and I drill them and drill them and drill them. And hopefully I can develop my game and come back and get another medal. So we'll see. But that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'm getting back to work. All right. Peace.